What's up, guys? Chubby Ninja for another great episode of the Chubby Ninja. We're here and we're walking into H-Mart. We're going to randomly walk into a place, check out their menu, eat, and talk about it. So stay tuned. Before I forget, this video is sponsored by absolutely nobody. So if you're out there and you want to sponsor one of our videos, please reach out. We could definitely use a sponsor. Let's get ready for the biggest, longest episode ever. Anytime you're at a Korean market, I want to highly, highly recommend that you grab a Korean pear. These things are so good. They're super juicy. They look like giant green or brown apples, but let me tell you, these things are freaking beautiful. They have a sticker on them and it says pear, so you'll be able to know what's what. Some of this stuff isn't labeled in English, makes it more official obviously, but definitely grab you some Korean pears. They're great. You ever seen a jackfruit? Looks like a giant alien vegetable head, decapitated, I don't know what, but this stuff is actually really delicious. It smells like sewage. So we're not getting that today. You ever seen kumquats? They're so good. They're like tiny oranges, and when you eat them with the peel and everything, and they're like really cool. I like to just throw some tajin on there because I'm like extra Mexican, and they're just delicious. Oh. So this is something I have never seen. So this is assorted misubi. It's basically rice with spam that's been marinated, and it's like a giant sushi roll basically. So it has crab, just a regular spam misubi, and then one with egg. So we'll take on one. One of the cool things about coming here is that you can almost grab the entire night's dinner, maybe tomorrow's breakfast and lunch, and you literally don't have to cook it. A lot of the stuff here is heat and serve. So that's really cool for the fast-paced person who doesn't really have a lot of time to cook. So kudos to H-Mart for that. And they're gonna salted seaweed. So they have like salted and seasoned oysters. They have like 4 color Korean side dishes. I don't know what it is, but it looks good. Looks like kind of whenever you go to Korean barbecue, the little dishes that they give you that are like extra delicious kimchi style stuff. You kind of just pinch and eat with your food. Everything's pretty much like snatch and go. They have stir-fried anchovies. These are like tiny little fish. Tiny little fish. It's weird. I don't know how they catch tiny little fish like that in the ocean. My mouth just waters. Right here, sliced kimchi. This is actually pretty big, but it's made here in-house. I don't know when it's going bad or if it's still good. So I usually chunk it after I open it up, after about a couple of days if I don't finish the whole jar. So I'll stick with something like this, something small, especially the first time trying it. But anyways, let's keep going. So if you think going to a Mexican carniceria is lit, where do you check out their marinated meat? I mean, you got chicken, you have chicken breast, you have, what is this guy? You have marinated pork, you have marinated beef, you have different cuts of marinated beef. I mean, we have something called tablitas. They have something called LA style short rib. And that's basically their version of tablitas in this amazing mouth-watering marinade. And continuing on with the marination, you have some more premium cuts here. You have some more short ribs, you have ribeye chops, you have rib fingers. This is all stuff that most Korean barbecue places you can order. And if you want to make it at home, you come to H-Mart and you find all your cuts. You have more meat, and then you have very, very high-end meat. We have your American Wagyu, you have short rib skin. This stuff here is like amazing. It's real fatty. It literally melts in your mouth after cooking. And we have some more American Wagyu. I'm thinking pretty soon we're gonna make our own cooking video. We're definitely gonna wanna play around with some of this stuff. Let us know if you wanna see that in the comments. If you wanna sponsor us, we'll take it. Okay, so sometimes when I cook at home, I get asked, hey, how'd you make that marinade? how can I make that at home? So I kind of cheat a little bit. I start off with something similar to this stuff here. You have your Korean barbecue sauces. Here we have a teriyaki. This is usually what I start with as a base, and then I add to it. So it is amazing as is. You literally slap your meat on a plate, and then you just slather this, smother it around your meat. You let it marinate for a couple hours, and it's ready to throw on the grill. You want to kind of just let the excess come off. And this is amazing. As is, it's good. I like to add some seasonings, which I will get into in a future video. And you guys can all make Chubby Ninja Korean barbecue at home. Those of you guys who are Batman fans, like way back in the day Batman fans, I think, who is it? Bruce Willis was Batman back in the day, right? I think, I don't know. Well, the Penguin. This is what this guy was eating. Remember that scene when he was eating fish with his big old nose? He's like, this is mackerel. Holy mackerel. So when we get into Asian markets, man, their seafood selection is huge. We go from salted fish, you go from fresh mackerel, then we have this beautiful, beautiful fish here, also mackerel. So pretty much when it comes down to Asian markets, the seafood selection is huge. I mean, literally from A to Z, it's here. Frozen, fresh, cured, salted, you name it, they have it, all right? So here's some of the selection they have here. They have a bunch of mackerels. They even got fish for stews. They have your salmon for stews. They have your fish heads, great for making soup bases. As we come down, we have some squid. We have flounder. I mean, just tons of fresh fish. And there's live fish too. The masters of the cuisine, the king crab, the Alaskan king crab to be exact. One of my favorite dishes when it comes to crab, and the king crab reigns supreme when it comes to crab legs. All right, so I want to welcome you guys to the Mecca of ramen noodles. Here you'll find everything from your challenges to very strange noodles to your regular old ramen noodles. So let's check out some of their selection and my personal opinion on some of the stuff that I've already tried. K-Army stew. Very disappointed, Mr. Made in USA, that's why. Look at that, didn't notice that. Bought some of these not too long ago and I tried them because I'm a big fan of Korean Army stew. Tastes nothing like it. It was a little rough. I ate it, I had already made it, didn't want to let it go to waste. Good old buldak. Wide in selection, wide in spice range. Probably one of the most popular ramen noodles on the market right now due to their spicy ramen challenge. Now, me personally being of the Latino origin, I don't really think they're as spicy as people say they are. Some of the TikToks, some of the YouTube videos, I call cap. Another cool thing is that they sell individual instead of the packs. And the cool thing about that is if you buy one and you don't like it, you don't have to like force yourself to eat the rest of them like in the value packs. And there's much bigger packs like over here. So this is a 24 pack of ramen noodles. So imagine buying this and not liking them. I have a bunch of Christmas presents for everybody. All right, so if you get in a situation where you're confident and comfortable enough to make your own noodles and soup, same aisle, just a little bit further down the road, you have literally every single type of noodle. They have it dehydrated, so you pretty much got to boil some water, drop it in, and put it into your soup. One of the things that I do want to cover on is my personal favorite type of noodle, far from the popular aisle. It's these guys right here, Indo Mie. And this particular one, the hot and spicy flavor, it's really good. It's probably my favorite noodle. I like to fry up an egg, maybe some Spam, maybe some dumplings. We'll make a video for that too. No, we're not sponsored, but if you'd like to sponsor us. So here we are in the frozen aisle of H-marts, and I am a huge shopper in this area. One being is I wish I knew how to make these guys from scratch, but I'm not there yet, maybe one day. And along with this, there's a huge selection of dumplings. Here we have fried rice that's already been seasoned. A lot of this stuff is heat and serve. These guys here like to fry them up in some sesame seed oil and throw them in my mouth. So let's talk a little bit about the variation in your dumplings or whatever you get from the frozen aisle. Here we have such a wide variety. I could talk about them all day, but basically it boils down to this. buy a pack, try it. If you like it, keep buying it. If you don't like it, try a different brand. All right, so when it comes down to the snack aisle, the diversity is still pretty big. Anything from your Marine Boy cookies to your Asian hot Cheetos, cheesy Cheetos. One of the most iconic snacks, I think, for me personally, are these Pockies. I kind of grew up on these guys. Not sure how long they've been around here, but these strawberry covered pretzels are just amazing. My kid has them, I have them, and we don't buy the little pack, baby. Everything's bigger in Texas. So we are in the drink aisle. Yeah, that's me in the drink aisle right now. And I have a few recommendations once you're in H-Mart. One of them being one of my favorite drinks. It is this little guy called Calpico. The mango is amazing, and this is probably my go-to every time I come in here. Near the register, they got some cold ones, so you don't have to wait till you get home unless you want a room temperature. But with it being Texas summer and Texas spring, gotta get it cold. So we made it back into the truck, and I want to share with you guys two items that I just don't want to wait till I get home to eat. Drink. One of them is my mango Calpico. I swear by it. It's so good, and you won't be disappointed. Second item that I got is the assorted musubi. Now there is a lid, and they're individually wrapped. A bunch of wrappers in here. I feel like I'm in Houston with all these wrappers. So the first one is crab meat musubi. Dude, that's good. It tastes so good. Crab leg, very good. On to the second one. This is just regular Spam musubi. It's pretty good. Definitely properly marinated. The Spam is like sweet, spicy, slight fishiness from the seaweed. The rice is like little tiny cloud marbles. If you want to try musubi, when you go to H-Mart, this Spam musubi, the original one, it's fire. The Spam was marinated well in all of the musubis, and some of that marinade drips onto the rice, and it just becomes this marriage of flavor and texture and chubby ninja-ness. So H-Mart's a place to go to if you want to try a bunch of new stuff, you're curious, you want to go on a grocery store adventure, and then you can also find some utensils if you're wanting to cook certain Asian food, like a steamer, rice cookers, chopsticks, things of that sort. So on to the next part of the video. See ya. So we're here at our next stop. Okay Dog. This place was brought to my attention by some friends that say that they have really cool corn dogs, and they wanted me to check it out and do a small review on it. So here we go, come join me. So we're here at OK Dog. We just got our order, and let me tell you, this stuff looks amazing. First off, I have the cheddar hot dog, which is basically a hot dog wrapped in cheddar cheese. And then here I have the mozz and potato dog, which is basically a giant mozzarella stick with potatoes on the outside and breaded. For our cheddar dog, I kept it pretty simple, put some chili sauce on there and some garlic mayo on there. So let's give that a try. Wow. I'm gonna give it one more bite. It's not there yet. I don't know. There it is. Wow, you want to let it cool down for sure before you take that big of a bite. It is really good. I didn't go too hard on the seasonings. Glad I didn't. I could taste the cheddar all up in there. This guy here is a giant mozzarella stick covered in potatoes and then fried. I added honey, butter powder, and some sriracha, a little bit of spicy mustard, and that's pretty much it. So there's literally little potatoes around the breading of this thing. Potatoes are fire. You do get the option whenever you get your food to sprinkle cinnamon or cinnamon sugar on it. I opted out. I'm not a huge sweet guy, but if you like the sweet, definitely recommend it. And actually, I brought something. Let's elevate this bad boy. I make my own chili oil. And let me tell you, stuff's good. So let's see what it tastes like on this OK Dog. So get a look at this guy. Homemade chili oil with fresh garlic, Korean red peppers, some good oil. We'll give this guy a little mix. And we wow, packing with flavor. That cheese, not stiff, it's still melting in my mouth. There's so many textures. You got the crunch of the potato, you have the softness of the bread, you have the gooiness of the cheese. There's a whole lot going on in this dog. Well guys, we're technically at a restaurant, so we do want to give a review. Overall experience, great, service was fast, very nice people. Tons of options when it comes to your dressings for the dog. And they have a few other side items as well as sandwiches that you can order if you're not feeling the dog. And my overall review of this place, I'm gonna give her 4 out of 5 chubby ninjas. Great, 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 great place to be. These dogs are amazing. So, catch us at our next spot, coming in 3, 2, 1. What up, peeps? We're at spot number 3. Told you it was gonna be a long video, our longest one yet so far. So we're at Dongo, which translates from Korean to English as chicken butt. We're not gonna eat any of that today, but we are gonna eat some good food from here. This is basically what they mean by chicken butt. They have a really cool selection of food, and it's basically Korean street food, and it's brought to your table. I do have a couple cons about this place right from the start, and that's the very tiny chairs and tables. It was just made a little freakishly large, so we'll deal with it. Come on in. All right, guys, so we're here inside of Dongo. It's a little dark. That's part of the environment that they give you. Really cool place to bring friends, have some drinks. If you want to bring a date, I always recommend it here. Really fun environment. They got K-pop music playing. All these TVs are running with different sports channels. You can even watch a game. They have a full bar that you can sit at. And then one really cool thing that a lot of places don't really have is bottle service. So you have your Crown, your Jaywalker. You can get a 375 milliliter and then a 750, which is like your full-size regular bottle. So it's really cool. If you don't want to drink a whole bottle, you can get a smaller one and still kind of partake in the party of popping bottles. I don't know nothing about that, right? So some of the menu items are really neat in the presentation, which they bring them to your table. Some of them got some fire going, you have some bubbling, some sizzling, and there was actually a really cool drink item that I always get when I come in if I'm with a few friends, and that's the soju watermelon. So it's basically a watermelon cut in half. They take the insides, they blend them, add some liquor, add some soju, and they bring that to your table, and it is to die for. Literally like an agua fresca on steroids. Korean steroids, I don't know. It's so good. All right, guys, so we just got our first dish. I ordered the kimchi fried rice. Generally, it is probably one of the most ordered side dishes here at Dongo. And the reason is the presentation is pretty neat. They bring out a small little plate with a fire burning under it. They throw you a non-stick pan from probably H-mart. And they have some kimchi fried rice. They throw a fried egg over, sprinkle some seaweed, and then bathe it in a scrambled egg mix. And as the fire's going, it starts to cook the egg, which you then mix into the rice. And well, you just gotta see. Oh, look at that. That stuff there. All right, guys, so we receive our next dish, which is the #1 dish here at Dongo. Obviously, it's definitely a pork dish because, I mean, who just doesn't love pork belly? It's like bacon's big brother. So check this guy out. Oh my God, it's amazing. So we get a heaping pile of pork belly. I do not recommend you to eat this by yourself. Definitely want to bring a partner, which mine's recording right now. And they give it to you with some stir-fried cabbage. This is like perfectly seasoned. Oh my God. So we could not leave this place without trying their chicken wings. And let me tell you, people are talking. These here are their garlic soy wings. Still sizzling with savory goodness. Tossed in their homemade sauces. Served with a little bit of coleslaw, some pickled radish, and a serrano to get you where you need to be. see what kind of wing business they got going on here. I'm almost lost for words. Like I can't describe. There's so much going on right now. If you like chicken wings, just come for the chicken wings. I mean, even if you're not into Asian food in general, these chicken wings will give some of these American places a run for their money. All right, guys. So I am extremely full. I am trying to fit a little bit more because it's just so good, especially that pork belly, but it's just not happening. So to this, we have come to the end of the video. No. Like I said, we worked really hard on this video. We haven't filmed in a week due to just scheduling problems, but we're back on it and you'll be expecting more weekly videos, just like we promised. Our next video is gonna be a bit of a surprise, a little bit different. We're gonna try to figure out what exactly you guys wanna see, and then we'll definitely try to give you that. But for this place here, Dungo Chicken Butt, hands down, it's almost unfair because of how good the food is, but we wanna give this place 5 chubby ninjas. Those 5 dudes are gonna sit here and have a great time with each other. One thing that I didn't tell you guys is right over here to my right, there is a small button. Cool thing about that is you don't have to wait around for your server to check on you, or if you need something, you're like, man, where's my server, where's my server? You hit that button and they'll come right to you. The big old ding happens up on top, and I'm assuming a table number goes up on the screen, and somebody runs to you and sees what you need or what you don't need. It's very handy, especially if you want something quick or you want to order something, add something to your order. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you haven't followed us, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more videos because, well, they're coming. Later, guys.